Pre-Church Chat. If we haven't met before, my name's Natalie and this is Ben, and we're back in the Pre-Church Chat seats.
Yeah, Simon and Katrina are back from being away, but we've still held on to these seats.
Don't know what we've done.
Don't know what that says.
To deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Natalie.
Yeah.
This week has been a really important week.
It's been an incredibly important week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went out for lunch, so that was very important. But
very
bigger than that, it was a special day.
It was a very special day.
It was your birthday!
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yes. I planned that
Brilliant.
myself.
Well done.
So, because it's your birthday, you didn't know we were doing this.
No, I didn't.
But this is a birthday present from us. You'll notice, though, the wrapping paper.
I do notice the wrapping paper.
Is the paper that you wrapped Heather's birthday present, my wife, in this week. But there's a birthday present.
Do you want me to open it on
right now. There's an explanation behind it.
Right.
It's a mug! Woo! So,
it says Santa's Little Helpers.
Yeah, so there's
Lovely.
3 reasons behind this.
Right,
1,
yeah.
you love tea.
I do love tea, yeah.
2, 2, I feel like we need a Pre-Church Chat mug for you.
Yeah.
So this can be your Pre-Church Chat mug. And then
very
3 is Christmas. And I love Christmas. And I want Christmas on Pre-Church
And
Chat
now it's
from
been
now
my
on.
birthday, we're allowed to talk about
Well, that's
Christmas,
the other thing, because it's like, you don't realise this, but it was not only your birthday in our house this week, but it was Heather, my wife's birthday as well. Not only in the same week, but the same day.
Yeah, exactly the same day.
Yeah, so shout out to me for sorting it all out. But now your birthday.
You did. You did very well.
Now your birthday's done.
Yeah.
It's all about Christmas.
Okay, great.
So
yeah.
there you go.
But a note on my birthday, I turned 27. I'm very proud of that age. But I want to know what you would suggest I do in this next year of my life.
Yeah.
Year 26 was a bit odd with the whole lockdown situation.
Yeah, I couldn't have played that.
So I'm looking for some exciting things that I can put in my bucket list for this year.
Yeah, so put some stuff in the chat. What should Natalie do this coming year to make the most of her 27th year? Bungee jump!
Okay, we started high. Maybe start a bit lower and then build ourselves up to bungee jump.
You can show social distance though, can't you, doing a bungee jump? So
yeah, probably too much.
Anyway, right, we've got loads to do to this morning before church starts today. What are we starting with? Okay, so I want to let you know, this week at church, the Alpha Taster event happened, which is like a one-off event that kind of gives you a bit of a taster of what Alpha's like. So that happened on Wednesday night, and 18 people showed up for the event, which is so good. One of them was from France as well, which is really cool.
So
really good. So a bunch of people got to access Alpha for the first time, and then the Alpha course is kind of continuing / starting this coming Wednesday as well. So it's so good. Yeah. So thank you to everybody who made that happen, to everyone who invited their friend, who brought along friends to it. It's just so good to see Alpha like really thriving, isn't it, this season? So that's really cool.
I think a lot of small groups started this week as well, and we're going to be chatting to a few people about that a bit later on. So shout out to your small group in the chat as well, I think.
Yeah. What we do is, I think, well, we're going to interview somebody who's part of a small group today, but before we get to that, we've got a bit of a game for everybody today.
Yeah, we have a very exciting game.
Love a game. Maybe it's like a bit of a birthday party game. Maybe
okay, birthday party game, yeah. I'm ready.
I'm sure you've all listened on radio stations where they do these mashup of songs, and you've got to guess what the songs are, right? So you're going to hear a clip right now, and there's going to be 3 worship songs kind of mashed together, and it's your job to find out what they are. We'll see who wins. So should we listen to the clip now and see what it sounds? So. Production boys, do your magic and play. Let's listen to it.
Oh my goodness.
I heard Shari.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, I could hear Shari, but what she was singing, I have no idea. I've got them written down, I still don't know.
We don't get any points for just saying Shari, because I don't think that's a worship song. So, can we listen to it one more time?
Yeah,
can we listen to it one more time? Let's play it again. Okay, that's hard. Okay, there are 3 songs in there. And what we're going to do, so you've got to put in the chat the names of the worship songs that you can think of, all right? Yeah. So put them in the chat, and then later on we'll find out who has got the right answers. Yeah,
a little hint, if you like. 2 of them we've sung quite recently. One of them is kind of a little bit more old school. Yeah.
One's like a 90s classic.
Yeah, absolute classic.
So it's really good. Okay, great. So before we have an interview, there's some stuff I want to tell you about as well. Going on in church today, we've got Simon, who is going to be preaching. We've finished our Called series last week, and next week we're starting a new series. But today, Simon's going to be speaking about friendship, and so that's going to be. I'm really looking forward to that.
We've also got a New to Kerith event happening straight after the live meeting.
Yes, straight after the live meeting today, ready for the New to Kerith. So even if you are new to us and you haven't signed up for that event, it's not too late to do it. So you can go onto the website now and you can sign up now for that.
Yeah.
It's over on Zoom, and it'll be happening straight. If you're watching this live, it will be happening straight after the meeting finishes. So you can do that. You can do that right now if you wanted to. Right, should we get on to the interview then?
Let's do it.
Yeah, so today we're going to be interviewing Anna. Hey Anna, this is Anna Marsden, who is part of the Bracknell site, who is part of the 6pm. Hey Anna.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I was having a bit of a mare with my computer, but I'm on my phone now and it seems to be working.
Oh, good.
So,
well done.
yeah, fingers crossed it continues, yeah.
It's like, almost like every conversation these days on Zoom starts like, can you hear me?
Yeah,
can you see me? Yeah, good, yes, good. Yeah, no, I'm on mute, all that kind of stuff. Good, well, we can hear you and see you, so that's really good. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? I've actually never physically properly met you before. I know you have actually.
I had a lovely coffee with Anna. It was very exciting. But tell us a bit about you, Anna.
Yeah, sure. First of all, I'm loving the energy this morning, guys. You guys have great energy. I'm still slightly waking up. But so I live in Wokingham, and as you said, I go to the Bracknell site. So I've just started a psychology master's, actually, at the Uni of Surrey this week. So, that's been good. A little bit overwhelming. Like, a lot of information has been thrown at me this week, so I'm still, processing it all. Yeah, I've made myself this amazing wall plan to try and get my head around the whole year.
Impressive.
Love a bit of organisation, but so it's a bit of a new step for me at the moment. But as you said, I lead one of the young adult small groups, or the young adult small group. Which has been really great fun so far. So that's a little bit about me.
Cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so tell us about your journey in your faith. Really, how did you come to Christian? And tell us a little bit about your story there.
Yeah, sure. I grew up in a Christian household, so I learned about God from a young age. I think it was always quite a theoretical knowledge of God. Kind of basically my thing was, if I do good things, then God will love me and I'm a good Christian. So I think I kind of took this mentality into my teen years. And I think in my early teen years, I just really struggled with low self-esteem and self-worth, which I think a lot of people really struggle with. But that doesn't diminish how hard it can be. So then I think I just felt like I had to prove my worth. I felt like I had to hustle for my worth. And so I just was really searching for something to show me I was valuable, and that's when God met with me. And I think when you kind of go through, you kind of try every different thing to try and get you out of a low place, and in the end I just turned to God. I was like, God, if you're who you say you are, I just really need your help. And he totally answered my prayer, and started reading the Bible, started reading Psalms, like Psalm 139. And I just learned about how God saw me, and that I was valuable, and that I had a purpose, and that I was worth something, which was just mind blowing, because everything that I'd ever been told was that I wasn't good enough in all these different ways. So and since then, 8 years later, still trying to follow God. It's not always easy, but I'm so glad that God met with me, and I guess that's in a nutshell my testimony.
Cool.
It's amazing.
It's fascinating, isn't it? You've been sort of a Christian for so long, and that kind of journey of realising it's not about what you do. I think that's quite. I've heard of various people who go through that sort of process of feeling like I've got to do everything to sort of please God or please the people around me. What advice would you give to people who are sort of facing similar kind of stuff to that? Because I'm sure there's lots of people watching who kind of face that.
Yeah. I think I would just spend time in God's presence and listen to some great worship music. Just stop. I think comparison is a big thing as well. You compare yourself with how other people are doing in their faith. And I think when you just focus on God and you accept how much, there's nothing you can do. You can't make him love you anymore. You can't make him love you any less. You're enough just as you are. I think that's really, really life-changing, and it's so different from what everything else tells us, when you've got all the ads are telling you just need something else to make you like yourself, and God just like meets you just as you are. You don't have to change anything. So yeah, I think I would just pray and spend time in God's presence and just let him meet with you, because it's a relationship. It's actually like a two-way thing. It's not something where you just do good and God's like, nice one, like from on high. Like, he generally wants to know you, and he really cares about you. Yeah.
That's great.
That's brilliant.
That's really good.
I know you're quite a new member of Kerith, which is really exciting, but you've already managed to kind of get yourself really stuck in, and I know you've already mentioned the young adult small group. I wonder if you want to tell us a little bit more about that, and kind of what brought you to kind of being a leader of that.
Yeah, so I've been a member of Kerith for like just over a year now, but it feels like way longer because everyone's just been so welcoming, and yeah, I just love it. So yeah, lockdown happened, and then we didn't really have like a small group for the young adults. So I really wanted one. I was like, maybe it's just me who wants this, but I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna yeah, just lead this young adult small group. So we're doing it on Zoom every 2 weeks. We are using the Bible Project, which is an animation studio in the US, which does these really cool, like, accessible videos about the Bible. So yeah, I think that's one of the great things about lockdown. Is I have had more time for sure, and just being able to actually like get into my Bible and read the scriptures, while before wasn't really doing that regularly, if I'm honest. So I think I was like, the Bible Project's been really helping me, so I really want to, like, they do some really cool studies as well, which means I didn't have to make up some questions. So yeah, so we've been using the Bible Project, meeting every 2 weeks, and I really enjoyed it also, just being able to like touch base with people and know how they're doing. So yeah.
So good, so good. So if somebody was sort of interested in, I know the term has officially started, right? But I'm presuming if somebody wanted to join right now, they're probably not too late. So are you on the website, the small groups bit of the website, you guys? Is that the best way to sort of get in touch if somebody's interested in joining?
Yeah. So I think it has all of the small groups on the website, and then you can go down and sign up to one, and then I get a little email coming through say that you've signed up to one, and and then I think they have the Zoom link on there, but we also have like a young adults Facebook page which you can get added to, and I also post like the Zoom link on there as well. So it's quite easy to do. You just need to find the website.
Yeah, find that link, find that Zoom link and get involved.
Yeah, find that link.
That's so good. Well, I know it's been such a brief chat, but it's so good to chat with you this morning, Anna, and it's so good to sort of see you face to face. I know we haven't physically still met. We still can't say we actually probably met yet,
it's great to see you guys.
But so good to
and
chat.
happy birthday, Natalie. I completely forgot to message you at all this week. Such a bad friend, so happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Go on, see you later. Speak soon.
See you, Anna.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
See you guys. Bye. Bye.
So great to hear from her. She's
so
such a great girl.
She's cool.
Fab. And she's part of our 6 p.m. site, or was part of the 6 p.m. site before lockdown happened. So just great to see how she's kind of got herself stuck in and involved. And maybe some of you are watching and you're thinking, oh, I've got a gap in small groups like Anna felt, and maybe you can be thinking about leading next term.
That's a really good shout. Really good shout. There's talking of people starting things, and actually 6 p.m. as well. One of our guys in our church, love guy called Tony Atwood, has an amazing initiative that he is starting, and a new charity is starting. And this week he was on telly, real life telly, not just YouTube telly, but real life telly, BBC and everything. So we want to show you that sort of what happened there on the BBC, and it explains a lot about who he is, what he does, and the story behind there. And it's a fascinating story, isn't it?
Really
so
good.
Let's watch this video now about what happened on BBC this week.
Good evening. With the help of the judge who repeatedly jailed him, a former criminal and drug addict from Oxford is trying to help other users across the Thames Valley break their habits and reintegrate into society. We have this report this evening from Peter Cook on the story of justice and reformation.
By his own admission, it was a life initially wasted. A burglar, a car thief. His daily goal over 15 years, heroin and cocaine.
Come to accept, as this was my lot in life. I come to accept that as my existence. But deep down in my heart, I knew that wasn't how it was meant to be. This wasn't who I was.
But now that goal is extraordinarily different.
The mission is to provide safe and secure, supported accommodation for those leaving residential treatment. And the vision is to start with 1, 2 properties in Berkshire, supporting the community.
Tony spent a year in a drug treatment programme at Yeldor Manor near Reading. Another year in supported housing to help him integrate back into society. Spaces are limited, but a man who had spent years sending Tony to prison gave him a lifeline.
It was that case and you that provided the spark for me to start thinking about what we did with offenders like you, who could not leave a life of drugs behind without really intensive help.
Recently retired Judge Ross says he recognised something needed to change.
Because we have to have a means of moving people on to safe, secure, supported housing where their recovery can continue. And after all, 95% of all acquisitive crime, burglaries, thefts, etc., in the UK has drugs and alcohol addiction lying behind it. Well, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? If we can get people away from drugs and alcohol, help them on the road to recovery, they won't be offending.
Former adversaries, now friends.
How many judges will walk alongside someone that they sent to prison and have conversations as two mature adults talking in friendly terms about the past, the present, and the possibilities of the future?
He's now calling for more investments in rehabilitation programmes.
So what do the public want? Do they want longer and more frequent prison sentences, or do they want less crime? Just think of the cost to the prison system if the Ministry of Justice put the money into residential rehabilitation. Just think of the reduction in cost to society in terms of crime.
The government says it provides a vast array of support for addicts in prison and once they've been released to help reduce reoffending, and that more than 4,000 offenders enter treatment programmes every month. Once the gamekeeper, Judge Ross has now become a guardian of Tony's new charity Hope and Vision. Both men unified about helping the vilified become valuable to society once more. Peter Cook, BBC South Today.
Amazing. Wow, such a great story, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's just great that Tony's kind of taken that initiative and heard from God and just like the amazing things he's doing with it. And,
And hearing the judge, like I've heard the story before. And we actually had Tony on Pre-Church Chat in the early days of Pre-Church Chat, and I've heard the story about the judge, but actually seeing him there, and hearing his thinking in his heart was amazing as well. So shout out to Tony Atwood for doing that. So good.
Really proud to have you as part of the community.
Oh yeah, totally.
Fab. Shall we have a look at what's been going on in the chat so far?
Yes. Yeah.
We've had lots of love for Anna, so thank you, Anna, for sharing your story. Such a joyful woman of God. Yeah, I would agree about that. Lovely to hear about your faith. And we've also had some great birthday shout-outs. Yeah. Well done if you share a birthday with Heather and I. It's the best day to be born.
I feel as well. I gave you a big birthday shout at the beginning, but I didn't shout out to Heather, my wife.
Yeah, you probably should have done that.
Sorry about that. So, Heather, happy birthday. Happy birthday. We did some birthday stuff, though. Yeah. I'm not, like, totally rubbish, but I'll try my best. Anyway, carry on.
That's brilliant. And we've also had some guesses on the game, Ben.
Oh, yes.
Some pretty good guesses.
Yeah, so earlier on we played this clip, which has got some worship songs in there. Let's hear the clip one more time as well. We've got some right answers, but not all of them yet. So let's hear the clip one more time and see what we can pick up.
Wow. It sounds like me singing in the car, all those mashups.
Yeah. So somebody said it's like having all the tabs in your Google Chrome open at the same time. So, answers so far. We've had two of the songs have been guests.
Oh, yeah.
So.
But we're missing, or should we say which one we're missing? We're missing the classic.
We're missing the old
classic.
The
90s classic.
There's a 90s classic in there that you will kick yourself. Those of you who know it, you will kick yourself when you find out what
Anyone
it is.
who grew up in youth with me should know this song.
So
it was
true.
on repeat all the time.
So true. So we'll play at the end of Pre-Church Chat what the answers are. But before that, I'm really excited to be interviewing our dear friends Liam and Emily Parker this morning, part of Flow Church in Staines. So let's give them a shout out. And hey, Liam and Emily, you there? Yay!
Hello!
Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys. It's great to have you with us. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're good.
We're all right. We're just getting ready for church this morning here.
Fantastic.
Sorry for interrupting your church prep time. Sorry about that. How long have you got? How long have you got till the start? Have you got long?
We've got an hour and 10.
Oh, they're fine. They're good. They're good. We've got plenty of time.
Plenty of time. I know Liam does do like a 6-hour prayer session before every so you can't do that unfortunately today. But thanks for interrupting that to be here today.
I got up at 4 a.m. today to make that happen. So.
Well done, you. A rumour has it that you might be in your new building at the moment.
We are right here.
You can see the ceiling.
I feel like we're getting a sneak peek.
Yeah, true. Hey, before oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Oh, look, there's the Flow worship team down there. They're getting ready. Woo!
Oh, amazing.
Guys. So, Liam and Emily, there'll be lots of people watching who don't know necessarily who you are, haven't met you guys before. So do you want to just introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about who you guys are, where you're from and all that kind of stuff?
Sure.
You go first?
Yeah, sure. So I actually came to Kerith in 2008.
Wow.
And then in about 2009, I took on the Friday night youth event and became youth pastor at sort of around that time. Natalie was on the first team to make it happen, one of the key leaders. And then we had a massive sort of move of God, revival, whatever you want to call it. God did some mighty, mighty things for about 10 years in the youth ministry. I was on staff. 6 p.m. pastor, did some of the international ministry. Did that for about 10 years. And that was about 2 years ago we left.
Yeah.
Wow.
I joined Kerith. I first came along. My uncle actually got baptised. So he actually was part of the Yeldon Manor programme and came along to the Alpha and got converted and then got baptised and invited his families. And I was at Reading University at the time and came along. And I actually met Liam on my first Sunday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kerith, not Flow Church.
And then he very kindly carried on bringing me to church on the Sunday evenings. And so that was in 2012. That was in 2012. And I just got really involved. I was part of the youth team for, I don't know how many, 5-6 years. Part of the 6 p.m. pastoring team. Got on mission trips, just got really involved, loved the Real conference. And then, we left 2 years ago to plant Flow Church.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing.
That's so good.
Yeah, and how long you guys have been married for now?
3.5 years.
Yeah, 3.5
years.
And we are pregnant, expecting a baby boy.
Oh, wow. So cool. I feel like we need the party poppers back.
Yeah, sorry, I should have planned some more party poppers. I'm not that good at planning.
We can get some confetti in here.
Yeah, we should have brought some just for this. There's so much confetti in this.
I saw those of you who maybe follow along with Flow Church stuff that you guys had your conference and you announced it, your gender reveal during the conference, didn't you, with a massive confetti cannon, right?
It's
and
so cool.
All the blue going off everywhere. It looked so good.
We had 4 cannons and it covered the floor. Yeah. There is so much confetti in there.
There's confetti still like
it's all over the warehouse windows and like on the shelves.
That's brilliant. I feel like you've still got the youth pastor in you, Liam. If you can cope with the confetti over the floor.
That's so true.
You always need a confetti cannon.
You do. It's so true. Guys, do you want to tell us a bit about the story of Flow Church?
Well, Emily and I felt like a passion and a calling to go into Europe, really, to serve revival there or do whatever God needs us to do. And I was trying to do that with Kerith for a season, so we were trying to figure out how that might work with Kerith. But we started to feel like maybe that's something new. But then I had this chat with Simon in August. We went to a cafe, remember it very clearly, and he said, Liam, I think you need to plant. I think you need a church that's going to carry this vision because it's a big vision. So then we started having this conversation, and then we took about 10 people from Kerith and some of the money, thanks Kerith, and then we moved to the Staines area because it was near Heathrow Airport. And we thought that just kind of states who we are and what we're about. And then that was about 2 years ago now, which is mad to think it was 2 years ago. But yeah, and it's been an exciting journey since then.
Yeah.
And you guys have just had your 2-year kind of celebration waterfall event. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Waterfall, we always wanted to do kind of on the year anniversary something called Waterfall to kind of help celebrate like what we've done in the year, but also to, you know, it's called Waterfall because the idea is that you get soaked in something completely different for like a weekend, and you get to experience like soaking in the presence of God, soaking in celebration, soaking in taking a moment to just be grateful for what he's done in the past year, but also to get fired up and ready to go again for the next year. So that's what why it's called Waterfall, and that's what it was about last weekend when it was our 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh wow, that's really exciting.
Yeah, and then so we had a little sneak peek there of the building. Tell us a little bit about it, and what the purpose of that building is going to be for, and things like that.
Yeah, well, I guess obviously COVID's hit, and for us that was a bigger challenge because we don't have a building or anything like that. So we had to leave our rental agreement. We had these little office. We had a tiny office room that we were doing all our live streaming from.
Just me and Liam in the beginning.
Just me and everyone. I was doing the tech team, Ben. Tech team, man. I'm growing as a person, man. And so then we did that, and then we thought, actually, for us, this is probably going to be a longer season because we don't even have a building to get back to, and to go into the rental agreements, it's a lot more work. So we were like, actually, let's try and focus on building the online presence and trying to create a space where we can actually produce some really good content. So we got this warehouse, we're turning it into a studio, it's our office space, it's our storage. And then what we started, if I can shout out this, is we've started this YouTube channel called Flowbox, where we're trying to produce more content, regular content, creative content to really disciple people. And so it's not just about getting to the Sunday service online, but church is available to you now 24/7. That's kind of where we're trying to move to. And then when obviously the lockdown lifts, we'll think about how we do physical gatherings for us in that way. So that's kind of what it is, and we're really happy.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
Flowbox, that was nice to get here.
In there is...
Sorry, I'm talking, but in the middle of a lockdown, you know, we managed to raise the money for this, which has been such a blessing, and we don't really know how we did that, but God's been good.
It's so cool, isn't it? It's so cool that God just provides like financially and stuff like that, and ideas as well. Like it feels like this is a time for the church to innovate, isn't it? Right? And it sounds like you guys are just innovating and trying stuff out. My favourite thing I've seen on Flowbox is Estonian with Ruth. Learn Estonian. I'm like, that's amazing. That's really good. You can learn Estonian. Who'd have thought? So good.
That's really good.
Well, it's so good to chat with you guys. I feel like with, you know, there's a thing where like often churches can feel quite like what's the word, like ownership and possessive of things, of like their own thing. But I think for us as a church, we just want to be like, if you guys are winning, then it feels like we're winning because we're all on the same team, you know. And I just love hearing what you guys are doing. It's so exciting, and seeing all that is going out there from Flow. You guys are just amazing, and we love you guys so much. There's a lot of love for you guys on the chat. A lot of congratulations to the baby, and so good to see you both. So there's a lot of love coming from your Kerith fam, just to let you guys know.
We love you guys, and we appreciate coming on, and we love seeing what you guys are doing and championing you.
You're killing it in this season, man.
Just
you guys are awesome.
Excited about what you're trying to do. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. And hey, we'll be seeing you at Christmas, hopefully, partnering with you.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, true. We'll be sharing. We haven't shared much about the plans for Christmas yet, but sneak peek.
No spoilers,
Liam. No spoilers. If you're at the prayer meeting tomorrow night, by the way, we'll show a little about it there. But oh my goodness.
Good shout out for the prayer meeting there.
Our comms team are having a night there now, Liam. You just said that.
How you get people to a prayer meeting.
Let's cut these guys. See you later. So good to see you both, and speak to you soon.
Love you guys.
Bye. Cool.
Oh, great to hear.
So good,
so good. And they did mention some things that are coming up there. You mentioned the prayer meeting that's coming up tomorrow.
Yes,
so make sure you've signed up for that, because you're going to hear some updates and just get a chance to pray into some of the things that we're really passionate about at Kerith Community Church.
That is 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock in the evening over on Zoom. So you can find the links for that on the website, and you can email in info@kerith.church. If you need the Zoom links for anything, that's one of the best ways to get it. You can get it right now if you wanted to find out that sort of stuff. So shall we find out the answers to this quiz?
Oh, let's do it.
So there were 3 worship songs mentioned in this mashup. Do you want to mention the ones that have been said?
Okay. Yeah, well done to Benji B with Awake My Soul. Yeah,
yes.
That was great.
Awake My Soul.
I didn't get that one. I couldn't hear that one, so I'm very impressed.
Yeah. And then Living Hope was the other sort of newish one
Benny.
that we've got.
Well done, Benny.
And the one that it looks like Chris Reddycliffe in the chat got it. Old school, Our God is an Awesome God.
Yes, Chris.
Absolute
well
classic.
Done.
Let's just hear them all back, just in case you weren't sure what they actually sound like. Let's just have a quick listen.
Shari's voice. There we go. Can you hear that now?
Classic. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. It's making me excited for worship.
That was the first one I got. I think that was the easiest one.
Yeah.
And then the next one. This one.
Oh, yeah, that was a hard one.
I wouldn't have got that.
That's good
myself.
though.
I cheated because obviously we've got the notes here. So
I still couldn't get them. I've got the notes, but I still couldn't hear them.
And the classic.
From heaven above.
That's it.
It's the 90s again. I love it. So good. Right, anyway, it's really about time we start the adult meeting, really, isn't it?
Yes.
Really looking forward to a great Sunday and all that's going to be happening, hearing from Simon this morning.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great Sunday, so stick with us. And at the end of church today, there's a bit of a surprise. First something we've done in this way in a long time. So stick around to the end of church today. But I'm going to hand over to Shola and Fumi, who are going to introduce us to our adult meeting today.
Hi there.